Alright guys, what's going on? It's been a long time since I made a video, but yeah. Been kind of just up to the same old stuff, just brewing a little bit here and there. But the main thing today is we're doing an unboxing. So I've recently decided to go 240 electric. I'm going to sell my propane system, hopefully sell it, and make a system down here in the basement. So it came in today. So I went with the SS Brewtech version 1. The single kind of like Brunabag system that they got, and I got the 20-gallon, the e-kettle that they sell with it too. So yeah, just came in today. So let's go ahead and I might fast forward some of this, but let's go ahead and get into it. See what it comes with. So here's the unit. Cool. On this one, a couple reasons why I got this this particular unit. One of the main reasons is it just works out good for the system that I'm going to be building. I wanted to do it's going to be Brunabag system, and a couple things that actually just works out for me. It might not work out for everyone, to be honest. So my electrical in my house now, the 240 that I have in the basement is a 3-prong, so it's got two 120s and a ground. And most of the units that you buy, the controllers that you buy, require a 4-prong or 4-wire 240, which would be your 2 powers, your two 120s, a ground, and a neutral. And so I would have had to run all new 240 wire from, it's on the outside of my house, it's on the completely other end of the house. It would have been an ordeal. So with this system, which again could be a negative for a lot of people, I could see how it could be a negative. If I had a 4-prong system, you could still use this though. I think you could still use like an adapter. But so with this one, you've got this is your power going to your outlet. And so I can tell you right now, I wish this was longer. I wish you could have customized how long you can get this, because I mean, I'm basically gonna have to make a cord or an adapter that plugs into this and into my 240, I think, unless I can run it close enough. But man, that's really not very far. That's like, yeah, not too far. But yeah, this only has your two 120s and a ground. So the deal with that is, this is just, it can't power 120 type outlets, and they get around that by putting in a 120, your regular wall outlet. So this is going to power your actual what are these called, little PID units, and it's also going to power the 2 units here on the side for your accessories, like so for a pump or whatnot. So this is going to go into a normal, in my case, a 20 amp GFCI protected 120 outlet, and then the 240 is going to come from a 3-prong, which is what I have in my basement since my house is older, and I'm also going to protect this with a 240 volt GFCI. I'm still working on that. There's different options. I think the one I'm going to go with is a inline 240 volt GFCI protection. So it's going to plug into this. There's going to be like a little switch that's a GFCI protection switch. There's a company. I'll put the link in the description of the company that makes them, and then that will plug into my 240 outlet, my dryer outlet. So this is cool. Yeah, just initial thoughts. It's pretty heavy, really good quality. Man, pretty flawless. Looks really cool. There's a few different things that I really like about this. One of the really main selling points for me on something like this is or the main one is that it actually puts out a percentage of power to your element. So it doesn't just turn on and off, on and off, on and off. This will put like 30% power, 30% power to the element. So it kind of helps with like a brew in a bag, especially because apparently with this, you don't have to, especially when paired up with the SS Brew Tech coil, the electric coil. It doesn't heat up so much that it'll scorch your brew in a bag or whatever else is on their hops or whatever. So that's pretty nice. So you can manually control the temperature or manually control the output of power. So now I haven't quite looked at the brew pot. Let's get into that, because this is the one I think is like a proprietary-ish thing. So as far as I think, I don't know, I wasn't quite sure. I ended up just going with their brew kettle just because I knew everything would work out and line up and kind of plug and play. I originally was going to build my own control unit and then get some sort of an electric kettle. I haven't quite figured that out, but with my power situation, I think this is going to work out really good. Well, it's huge. So I did end up getting a 20-gallon pot for brewing a bag. I still have a I hope this thing came with the element. I was under the assumption, let me look underneath, maybe it's still underneath. Okay, yeah, here it is. I was like, oh, bummer. Let me see if I'm in the frame here. So, looks like we have two ports here in the front, 1.5 inch triclover. This is just a preference thing. I knew it going in, so I'm not surprised or shocked or disappointed or anything. And the nice thing is that these are welded on. Looks like really, really nice welds too. So this is all TIG welded on, so that's good. I would have preferred just like 1/2 inch, female NPT fittings. But that's kind of just part of the deal. They don't do custom work here. But, so I think what I'm going to do is, obviously this is going to be the wart out, your wart. And this could either be like a thermometer. I think what I'm going to use it for is a recirculating port for like whirlpooling and stuff like that. The one thing that I do like about it is how it's set up. This is exactly how I would have set up the positioning with where I'm going to put my controller, on the right side. You have your element right here, so this is the heating element, obviously. It's got the heat probe, the heating element right here, and so you plug in your for your thermostat to regulate temperature here. So that's pretty neat. But again, with this unit let me see if I can show you, this does not look, and I knew this going in, which is fine, but this does not seem to come off. So this is one unit. So yeah, just keep that in mind. All of this cost me, before we get into anything more, out the door, let's see, what was it? This thing was really cool. Ever since I've seen one of these, this is like your dip tube, but it has this little dam on it that kind of prevents hop sludge and stuff from getting in. Let's see what this looks like once I put it in. Looks like that's the only way to install it. Okay, good. It does sit in the middle. On the pictures, I wasn't quite sure. Oh, this is for the, this is how you attach, this is the kind of like proprietary thing I think I was looking at. So it looks like this fitting goes over all of this. Goes on and screws in. instead of, yeah, whatever. It's not going to affect me. It looks like it's a pretty good solution for what it is, but.
So we got a 3-piece ball valve, it looks like.
I don't know what's in this. I was kind of pricing out. This e-kettle is pretty reasonably priced. Okay. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. This is the NPT fitting. And this is the part that's kind of silly, like, in my opinion, is you're going to have your, you know, your ball valve right here. So why don't you just put this 1/2-inch female NPT fitting welded on here instead of this tri-clover? Because you put, or this tri-clamp, you put the tri-clamp on, and then, you know, you secure that down with your little thing, and then you put, oh wait, well, that's better. I might have spoke too soon. So this one does have, well, that's nice. I might be eating my own words here. Maybe I like it. So you can go like that, you clamp that down. It's still, I feel like it still sticks out farther than it has to, is my only concern. And so then I'm going to put, you know, you got to put a female fitting on here, and then your whatever type of fitting you're going to use for, I forget what it's called, the butter, you guys know what I'm talking about, the butterfly type wing nut things that I use. So once I attach this on, I'm going to have to attach a female NPT plus, or a male NPT fitting that goes onto this. And so, I mean, it's not too bad. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be, but it still sticks out a good 6 inches. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. Let me grab you. And let's go ahead and take a look inside the kettle here. Obviously, super nice quality. The one thing that I was a little afraid of, which, because I don't think they've had their 20-gallon pots on sale for that long, e-kettles, is that the element that came with it does line up pretty perfectly in the middle of the pot, as you can see. Of course, you got your markings here. This is a 20-gallon kettle. I plan on doing, I still have my, I believe I can do, I mean, if I wanted to, a 15-gallon batch, but probably most of the time it'd be a 10-gallon. No sparge brew in a bag is probably what I'm going to be doing. Let me give you a walk around here on the fittings there. And it looks like this was something I was kind of worried about looking at too. Like, let's see here. Let's see about where that fitting is going to be at. So I don't know if you guys can see, but it looks like it's going to be right around the 7-gallon mark. As far as this temperature probe type deal. So this system is not really set up for 5-gallon batches. You definitely could, you know, just do like an 8-gallon batch and call it, you know, 6.5 into the fermenter and just have a little bit of waste. But so that's gonna pretty much do it for the review on the system. I don't have it set up yet, so that will probably be the next video of doing an initial setup and like a water boil test. I will eventually show you guys kind of what's going on, where I'm going to put it. I'm going to be brewing or building a designated stand, probably out of mild steel, and so I'm going to be brewing like a brew in a bag stand. I think I'm going to have an arm come up, like a, you know, kind of like an arm that comes up the side that you will have like a pulley system that I can pull the bag up with. You know, if you're doing, you know, 20 pounds of wet grains or 25 pounds of wet grain, gets pretty heavy. So I'm going to try to incorporate that. The spot that I'm going to be putting it at has a floor drain really right next to it. It's got my dryer vent out, so I'm going to be building like a range hood and all that. So, alright, yeah, I'll show another video once I get this thing set up. And once I get more parts in, the GFCI breakers and stuff, I'll do a test run of the electrical part of it and see, maybe do some times of how fast it boils, you know, 10 gallons of water and stuff like that. So, all right. Oh, and by the way, I think the element in there is a 5500 watt element. If you guys are curious, but there's a lot more stats on their website. All right. We'll see you guys.